Hello everybody, this is Sonia and I'm in Australia and I am here to show you how to make this pin cushion. One of my lovely subscribers asked me if I made it, and if I did, could I do a tutorial. Well, I definitely want to do a tutorial. That's very exciting. I've actually stuck this piece on after I did it a while after, because I'm just going to tell you a few things. Now, if you sew, you would probably realise that after a while, some things can disappear down the into the pin cushion. And so if I put that there, so I can push down on it, and watch this. I can feel these under my fingers here. They just pop out, look, because they're, oh, look at all my needles. Over the years, I don't know how many pin cushions I have pulled apart and took the inside out of so I can get some of my needles back, because look, they all go down in the hole here. Oh, well, not in the hole, they all just go through. Look at the needles that are coming out through here. This is scary, isn't it? That's where all they've disappeared to. You know what goes down there most? The bead ones, the bead needles. Because you can be keeping a pin cushion about you, and you can have a beautiful one up there that Pam made for me, but I can't bring myself to stick pins in that. I just look at it, but that's okay. I'll put pins in it there one day. So, look, I've got all these really good long needles down in there because they disappeared. So what I thought today we would do, and that's why I put the base on it, because it didn't have a base on it. I actually got this out of a book that I've got that has a whole heap of other pin cushions in it. I just used the pattern out of that to make it. But I'm going to show you how to do this, because you haven't got the pattern, have you? You've got just, So we need one of these rolls. Is really good. If you got any sort of roll that had ribbon on it or tape, people have packing tape like that. All you need is one of them to use for a template. Now, I already cut around this, okay? I very carefully drew around it because I wanted the circle to be so nice. And then I did cut these colours out, but I'm not a real big fan of that, going with that at the moment. I don't know. I'm thinking about putting the green with this here. I've already started on it, because if I didn't, it would have been here. We would have been here forever. But I'm going to show you how I got about that, and also some things I learnt by starting it to do with how it would work for you, as opposed to what I've been doing, sort of thing. Now, I think I'm going to go with the light colour for the circle at the top. I think I might go for the light colour because I've been using that there thread. But then that makes it look so bright and pretty, doesn't it? Oh, I don't know. I might just use these. I've cut them out, so I might as well. So when you're doing this, make sure you pin this to your felt. So you'll need at least 2 colours. If you want to do it 2 different colours, you can do it the same colour. And the felt you can buy in sheets, little sheets, or you can buy by the metre. And I think it only costs you $1 for a sheet, to felt. And there's all different sorts of weights and that. You can buy wool stuff. This is not actually a wool felt, because I think that's a little bit dearer, the wool felt. But you can buy really nice one. This is a nice one. Or the others is nice too, but they're really stiff. You can get that if you want to. These I bought to put in through my scan and cut, because I've been, not my scan and cut, well, actually that would cut that too, but ages ago I bought it because I wanted it for my big shot, because I do only have a couple of thick dies. You've got to have the really thick dies though to cut the felt and fabric. And I wish I had more, but I'm having a really bad time trying to find some. I can get all the thinlet ones, but they won't cut the felt. These others will, and so I've got them. So I bought this sort of stuff to put through that, because it'll go, well, the others work too, but I just wanted that because it had 50 colours and I got heaps over there. So, but anyway, so put this down really good when you're going to cut it out. Make sure you pin it on so it's, it's all good, because you don't want to be cutting around here. And I haven't even got it on the thing properly, so I'm not going to get a complete circle, so I should shift that over. Showing you here how to do it wrong. Shift it over and just pin it down really good, okay? Now, I love these pins because I can get hold of them. I just absolutely love these. I bought these on the internet or AliExpress or somewhere. Very good buy. They're long and you can get hold of them, so I really like them, as opposed to even the little round ones, or these little tiny things. Well, you know, as your hands get a little bit older, they like, and I'm impatient sometimes when I'm doing something. I need to grab a pen, you know. So if I need to, that's why I bought those. I've got some others with a different shape on the top, I think. But anyway, so so you cut 2 pieces out of your top piece that you want it to be like. Okay. Now we're going to put embroidery on it because that gives it its sort of style, if you understand. Now we want to put. You can use crochet cotton, you can use embroidery thread if you want to. Embroidery thread, you need it, and all my cottons are not like this, I promise. Embroidery thread, you need about 3 strands, so you can use 3 strands, because you want it to sit up and make, you know, look, you want it to look nice, so you can see it. When you're sewing onto a something that's not, this is sort of heavier, the fabrics, you need to put a thicker thread on, because otherwise if you're using a cotton it nearly disappears into the thing, you know, because there's a what do you call that? I don't know. It's oh, it's fair in my head, it just won't come out. Anyway, I'll think of it before I've finished, I'm hoping. But I want to show you now that this is feather stitch here, and this is, what's the name? French knot. Now, what you should do, because if you're only just starting off doing sewing, is get yourself a ruler and rule a line down here at your width. You get this first, right, and you wrap that around there, and you'll find that this is going to fit around there with a tiny bit left over, righto? Now, I'm just going to say, well, I'm going to leave that tiny bit there until I get to the end, because if you want to, sewing onto a strip like this is not a good idea. I did it because I've been doing this sort of thing for a long time, and that's, but if you're not used to it, draw yourself a line down there. Get your ruler and draw a line with a pencil, and you will stay inside that guide, right, when you're doing your sewing, when you're doing this part, because you need something to hang on to, okay? If you're doing something, now doing it on this little strip is a little bit hard, okay? You can do it if you want to, but before you cut your strip out, you're better off to do it on here. But you need to draw your line so you've got a guide as to where you need to stay into that section of sewing, okay, with your sewing, okay? You don't want to go over the line. Okay, now I've got this really nice green, I think this is the same colour. I had these wrapped around here because I was using them in this bag for something else with these flowers, I think, while they're on here, because I'm not very good at always wrapping my threads. I have a lot that I did years ago. I was always wrapping my threads. Now I'm not got time to do that anymore, I feel. This mightn't be the right one because it doesn't seem to be wanting to come undone. Should be it. Where's this end gone to? It's not the same, is it? Yes, it is, Sonia. I think it is. Right. Why can't I find the end? Look at that. Mucking up. Look at what I'm doing. Don't do that at your place. Oh, dear. I'm just going to cut a piece out of it because I haven't got time to fiddle with that. I'll imagine I will use it sometimes, doing something else, don't it? Okay, so I've got about 2 rulers worth here. I'm going to need a bit because I'm going to do a bit of feather stitch. Now, to the pin cushion to find the right needle, which is going to be this one, because I need something that's going to make a big enough hole for this to follow through. Okay, so a big enough hole in your fabric for the width of the thread. If you've got a tiny skinny needle, it's going to be really hard to pull this through. So you want something that you're going to be comfortable doing. You don't want to have to get the pliers out to try to pull the cotton through. Okay. So we're just going to make a knot in one end of that. And I'm starting up here where I finished off, but you would start at the top, okay? Now we're not going to go all the way to the bottom. We're going to measure this again before we finished and see what, because it does take it up a little bit. It's sort of, because it's felt, your fabric could be going in a bit, it's the pile on the thing that I'm talking about. It's got a pile on the top of the fabric, so therefore it will make it, back to the other thing I couldn't remember, your cotton might disappear back down into the pile on the fabric, okay? I knew there was a word there somewhere. I was going to find it. Sorry about that. Now, I'm probably gone a bit long there, but we're not going to be picking on me. Now you're going to go down in there, and you're going to come up at the bottom, and you're going to go across this way. Now, I didn't even show what I was doing. I was too busy talking. You're going to go down in this part here. Right, I'll turn it around so you can see what I'm doing. And then you go down to the bottom, down to about what size you think it was wanting to be. You put this piece underneath it, okay, and you pull it through like that. Okay, got that? So you go down here. I'm going to have to look and turn it around so I can see what I'm doing, aren't I now? Okay, that was a bit skew with that one. But I was doing it upside down after all. So you got to go across here a bit, come out from there, go level with that, go out from there, and down a bit. Wrap your, all I'm doing is putting, there's nothing technical, I'm just putting that around there. I just got all this cotton in my way, okay? So don't worry about that. Just because this is really nice to learn to do these things. Because you can make your own pin cushions then, can't you? So I'm coming over here to where the, in line with this, I'm going to come down here about the same depth, because you want all these to be reasonably close to the same size, okay? And you just pull that through like that. Not too tight, which I may have done. That's a bit too tight. Whatever. Now I'm going to go back this way. So I'm going to, excuse me, I might have to get a mouthful of water in a minute. I'm going to come over here and go down that way there and take it down like that. Might have been a bit easier for me if I'd moved my camera, but I never thought about that. I was just going to have to sew upside down a bit. Okay, so you go across here. Try and make yours a little bit neater, because if you're doing it up the right way too, it might be a bit easier. You don't want it to be sewing upside down, okay? The main thing is coming up in level, keeping it in level, trying to keep that at the same, distance across there, and go down there. You need your work to look pretty much close to, level and the same all the way you're going. You see that? Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to do one more down here, I think. What do you reckon? Or go across. Take it out. I might take it out one more. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to turn it around because it got myself lost then. And I'm going to do a bit more. Won't matter if it does end up in the seam. That's okay. You don't want to worry about that. See, I did that wrong completely, didn't I? I just got too engrossed in what I was doing. But if you can just go back and re-watch that bit where I was doing it upside down for you, it'll make it a lot easier for you to do. Because I want to come over here now and go down in there. So I'm doing about, I don't know, maybe not quite a centimetre, maybe 3/4 long. It just depends. You can make it as little or as small as you want it to do. Now, there might be people out there that don't want to do this part, and that's perfectly fine. You won't get the same look, but you can put a piece of lace on it. You can do whatever you want to put on it if you don't want to sew on it. You can cover this any way you want. But the idea, I guess, of this was because of the designs and the way it's put together, because it's sewn. Now we'll go around to the back and I'll just take it through and end it off there, because I'll make it a bit of a knot. Okay, so I've done that bit. Didn't even bother to time that, so I don't know what I'm up to. I got a bit of an idea though. So now I want to do the little French knots. Now these aren't that hard. On this small piece of material, yes it is, because I've already tried that this morning. I told you that, told you not to do this, because put it on your, keep it on your fabric, like on your big piece, and then cut it out later. Okay, so we need to end. We need to end here. I've got this. Now I usually pick up these what's names, I'm doing a double thickness of thread. I usually pick up these at the second-hand places or markets or whatever, because cheaper, because they cost a little bit of money to buy them new. Better have a drink of water, sorry. Won't be a second. I think they're about $3 to buy new, but sometimes you can find a bag full of them for that much, or whatever. Sorry about that. Don't know how I managed to make that noise, but I did. Okay, so this is a variegated one, which is really good too. Variegated is two different. There's one colour's going into another colour as it goes along the thing, you see. Variegated. So it's yellow to oranges and back again. And the reason for that is I wanted to use this one is because I like the way that it turned out, because you can actually see the yellow in it as well, see? Yellow and orange. So what you want to do is get your two pieces of thread and put them the same length and tie a knot. Big father knot. Now, come up through the back at the top of the little feathery thingy, and then I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to do this, because I've got it laying flat and it's not easy for me to do this. But this is how I'm going to do it. One anyway, so I've done one. And they're not hard. People think they're hard, but they're not. If you come up through the top, and I can do it this way too, which is holding it up straight and twist it round and twist it round again, and then push it down really close, but not straight back through the hole you just came out of. Don't take it back through there. Be careful when you're pulling this down that you keep them two things level, two pieces of thread. And then you've got and don't pull it too hard, otherwise your knot will disappear down into the fabric, see? So, which I probably did that. And you just wrap them around, hang on to it here. See this? Hang on to that. Not too tight, just enough so you can pull that thread through there, okay? Same, again, pull it round like this, down through there. It is not easy to hold your small piece of thread cotton while you're doing while you're doing this. I'll get the word in a minute. So I was just laying it down like that, right? And I'm picking it up here, and I'm turning it around and I'm pushing it back, okay? Now I've just got it slightly. I haven't got hold of it too hard, like too tight, the thread. I'm just trying to keep it so I can do it. I'm picking this up, go round there again, and pull it back and take it down here, look. And that's what I was doing, because I couldn't, it's too, I don't know, higgledy-piggledy that way, I guess. But this way I think it's nice. It worked for me anyway. I'll pull it this way again and try and show you. But see, it's really hard to manoeuvre your hands to keep hold of the thing. And they're all not all exactly the same, and they're thick and good, and they're lumpy. And that's good, because you want that sort of thing. You want something you can see. For something you can make and they just disappear, if they pull them down too far. But because I've got two thicknesses too, that makes it a lot better, and it's variegated, so it makes it pretty colour, okay? Now, I'm nearly there. I'm hoping that I'm not going to run out of thread, but I think I will. I'd say I probably will run out of thread. Okay, so we're going to put this down here, which I can hardly do now. I've got hold of the end of this. Definitely keep it on your fabric, okay? And if you think you need to, when you go and put your thing, don't put it on the side, put it down the centre. Make your template thing in the centre, and drill 2 lines and keep in control, okay? So you've got control of your piece of fabric, all right? And don't do what I did. Well, you can. It's fine. I mean, it's just a little bit harder than what it would be, just to make it easy for you, is because when you're doing something like this, you need to be able to do it and it work right. Otherwise it's very just not happy with it. You're not happy with it, are you, if you're not getting it right? I'm running out of thread. I've only got enough for this one more thing here. You know what? I can do that. I can leave that because I can come back when I've finished putting the thing together a bit. The pincushion. I can come back and finish that when I finish putting it together, can't I? So there we've got this nice strip of pretty. Now, I've got these decisions about what colours to use next, and that's really painful for me. I'm going to put that on there, aren't I? That's what I decided after a long deliberations about what to do. That one, I'm going to put this on here, but then again, you're not going to be able to see it across that one. No, not the green. No. I want something we can see, please. The pink. Yeah, we'll do the pink one, eh? I think it'll work, the pink. I think the pink will look good. I can see it on both pieces. And I've got it hooked up around something here, so that's typical for me. Right, now we're going to do a blanket stitch, buttonhole stitch, whatever it is called, because it can be called different either or, it doesn't matter. Now I'm only going to use one strand of this. I'm not going to do a knot in both of them. I'm only going to put a knot in one of them, okay? Now we're going to have to, sometimes I sew the wrong way. Like, I don't know if I should be going that way or that way, because I just do that sometimes. I don't know why. Now I'm going to leave a bit. I'm not going to start off right at the end. I'm going to start off in a bit. When I did this one here, I think I just closed it up afterwards. Easier than trying to do it any other way anyhow. So I'm going to just come up through the back underneath the two. I'm going to come up here through the back of the purpley one, okay? Under there. Oh dear. So that means make a knot straight up there. A knot first up. Okay, now we're going to be taking this round here, okay? So, because it's felt too, it goes really good as far as manoeuvring, you can manoeuvre it really well. Now I'm going to make the blanket stitch, so I'm going to go over the two pieces and through there like that. Now, you need to try and make sure that your top here keeps the same distance away from underneath. It's not that hard really. If if you'd rather, you can hold it like this, I think, so you can see what you're doing. Look, you got this bit here, and you got this bit here, and you're going to just pull it up together like that without catching that, see? And you got that bit, and then this is around your top part, see? And that's what we do around the top. There, and just pull that through. And get it caught, of course, every time on there. It'll happen. We have to be patient with it, and just so you can see what you're doing. It's a good idea, though, to do it this way, so you can see what you're doing. And you got them flat, and they're both together. And see, this is what we're aiming for, okay? Make sure you keep that, get this tail a bit too, move the tail out of my way. I know, that one, and that one. There you go. I don't know how I'm going to be able to how far I'm going to be able to get with this before I have to call it a quits, unless I do a part 2. I might have to do a part 2, so you won't have to watch me do the whole lot of this. Hey, what do you reckon? So therefore that's looking good, and that's looking good. I hope you can do this the way you need to, because I'm upside down. I'm sorry, I can't see myself doing this around the other way. And you just keep going around there until you come to the end. And I can't pause this, and people have said to me, don't pause it and don't fast forward it and that. So I promise you, if I make any really good funny mistakes, I'll leave it. Ah dear. Well, see, when I did the first bit, I actually did start this off camera, and I did have, there was things in it that I actually learned that I should tell you about, you know, because, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing to know what's going on. See, actually this is not working too bad, because I've actually got a little bit of the trim of the pink going around there too that I can see, and that has a nice effect, doesn't it, for it. And it's not, this is really good fun in a way. I really enjoy doing this sort of thing. I do like all sorts of stuff that I do, though. I enjoy lots of things that I make and do. It's good fun. Finished my doll book. Now I'm going to work on another one. Can't decide what style to make it. Might just do it Sonya style. I don't know yet. If I do it my way, I'll put everything in I can find. I do like it to be different, though. I don't know if I do a theme. I don't know if I'll do a theme. I do like the doll theme one, because that was what I wanted to do, but I'm thinking I might just do something and put the, and that way I find it a lot easier. I got really stumped with that doll one. I couldn't work out what to do. Well, I did eventually, but I had to take out some of the pages because they didn't really go. You have to sort of have things that just flow through really nicely, don't you? Now, because I'm running out of thread as well, I think I should just turn this off and come back on and make part 2 for you, okay? I think that'll be a lot better than me trying to, and because I can get the other part done, at the bottom or the top. So, well, that's told me to stop by just pulling out of there, hasn't it? Okay. So I'm going to finish putting that round there, and then I'll put the bottom bit on, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we'll do next, okay? So it won't be a minute. Right,